have a goal out there.
Also taking toxic food out
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've known Bobby Kennedy for a long time, and he and I have gone in different directions politically. But the point about health, food.
We spend the most, and we're the sickest.
Absolutely. And food is one of the. When I was chairman of the committee, we worked very hard to get serious labeling. Some kid mom buys a bottle of Coca-Cola for the kid. There's 10 teaspoons of sugar in that product?
Yeah.
I don't think people know that, and we try to get labeling. Maybe that will happen now. But
people also weren't aware until the last 20 years what the consequences of that sugar is.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, also because of money.
You got it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me going on that one.
Let's go. I'll get you going. Come on.
All right, you would think, how hard is it to say if you have a bottle of soda or you have a food product, tell people in English what is in the damn product, right?
Right.
Do you think right now they have any grams? Do you think anybody in America knows what the hell a gram is? I mean, that's how ridiculous it is. So I want parents to know that if the food that they're serving their kid could lead to obesity, which is an epidemic in America, could lead to diabetes, which is an epidemic, a terrible illness, costing us hundreds of billions of dollars. So you're absolutely right.
Right.
All right. And then that ties into rebuilding family-based agriculture in America. Wouldn't it be nice?
Yes.
In my state of Vermont, all over this country, family farmers are, they're just being driven off of the land. And that to me is a real tragedy because, and again, Vermont is one of the most rural states in America. Growing up, if you talk to people who grew up on farms, they say, Bernie, that was a pretty good way of life. And we're losing that. So how do you create an economy in which we, once again, put an emphasis on family-based agriculture, not corporate agriculture, family farmers who are growing good, in many cases, organic food for our kids, rather than corporate.
Regenerative agriculture.
You got it.
True White Oaks pastures, the way they run it.
Absolutely.
Polyphase farms.
Now, wouldn't that be great?
Yes.
All right.
Well, we'd be a lot healthier if we ate that food. That's for sure. But the problem is people are already addicted to that other food. And this is the problem with money. These corporations have engineered these products.
You got it.
And these are the same corporations, unfortunately, that were in charge of tobacco. This is where it gets really weird. They bought out all the major processed food corporations, and they make this stuff that's unbelievably addictive. For sure, the problem is people are already addicted to the other food, and this is the problem with money. These corporations have engineered these products, and these are the same corporations, unfortunately, that were in charge of tobacco. This is where it gets really weird. They bought out all the major processed food corporations, and they make this stuff that's unbelievably addictive because it's engineered by scientists. We have the brightest and the best who figured out what's the best way to get these people totally addicted to whatever. How pathetic! It's pretty sick. Yeah, and they say, hey, these people, they have choice. They can eat whatever they want. They want to go to the grocery store and eat tomatoes and have a nice salad. They can, but shouldn't they also be able to get Pop-Tarts?
Look, your point is interesting. You remember there's a photograph, a very famous photograph. I don't know, it was the 50s or 60s, 70s, of